Hey there, welcome back to another episode. This is Coach Troy with Tate Fitness, and today I want to talk about bioidentical hormones. Bioidentical meaning more natural for the body, and not a synthetic version of testosterone as far as the androgens and anabolics go. So what are bioidentical hormones? Well, basically they're hormones that are identical on a molecular level. They're also endogenous to hormones for hormone replacement therapy. So testosterone is bioidentical to the body, which is produced in the testes and synthesized from DHEA to pregnenolone and then to testosterone to estradiol, which is some of the natural conversions. You can also take endogenous testosterone, which a lot of people do, which can suppress the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis or testicular axis, which is indicative of testosterone therapy treatment depending on how long you're on, and your gonadotropin releasing hormones that produces and helps luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone through the GnRH system will be slightly suppressed and shut off. Therefore, you'll have to probably be on testosterone therapy for the rest of your life. Now, am I exaggerating a little bit? Yes. Is that the same as far as everybody goes if they were to take endogenous testosterone? I've kind of talked about this in the videos. No, but there are people, okay, put it this way, you will be suppressed on endogenous testosterone, bioidentical or not. Okay, so long story short, it does suppress the HPTA axis, hypothalamus pituitary testicular axis, and through that suppression, you're going to have to stay on testosterone therapy due to the shut-off of the luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone through gonadotropin releasing hormones. So anyways, fast forward, Nondrone, it's another bioidentical hormone that's in the body. We produce very small traces of Nondrone in the body. We're talking maybe 1 milligram a week, if that, which is not really traceable through blood serum concentration levels, through blood plasma levels, through tests, unless you get a certain specific test that tests for it, which there's no reference range really to interact and see what the Nondrone levels of the body would be. So anything above 1 or 2 milligrams of Nondrone in the body per week is considered super physiological levels. Many people take 50 to, I say, and this is not me being a doctor and telling people to do this, but a lot of people get great benefits for joints and joint pain, and adding a little fluid to their joints because of achiness or whatever, with 50 to 100 milligrams a week of Nondrone, along with their base synthetic testosterone or endogenous testosterone for HRT or hormone replacement therapy, with not, like I said, with the Nondrone and testosterone mixed together. So that's just an example of that. Then another bioidentical hormone is progesterone, which progesterone is produced through pregnenolone and basically can be suppressed, or if the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis is suppressed, then pregnenolone, or I should say progesterone levels drop down. The only way to raise progesterone levels endogenously would be through HCG or human chorionic gonadotropin or gonadotropin or HMB to raise progesterone levels back up to facilitate luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone back into the testes to raise the progesterone levels to an adequate level. But it is another bioidentical hormone in the body. Then DHEA is also bioidentical in the body, which is DHEA with pregnenolone. Traces of that helps in the production of testosterone in the body, like I already mentioned. People take upwards of 100 to 200 milligrams of DHEA a day, depending on what their DHEA testing is, through blood serum concentration levels. If you were to take a blood test to show where DHEA levels are at, a lot of people are suppressed in DHEA and don't even realize it. So it is, please, indicative to get blood panels done to see where your DHEA levels are at, which is usually on a test anyways, or a blood panel test if you're checking for testosterone, estradiol, and all the different levels of hormonal level functions through your hormone panel. Another, I should say, bioidentical hormone is DHT. dihydrotestosterone, even though it is the 5-alpha reductase conversion of testosterone through steroid metabolism that it converts into DHT, which is the most androgenic hormone signaling from testosterone, which produces androgenic alopecia, acne, gynecomastia, and all the bad side effects, but also all the good things too, like a lot upwards of strength gains and muscle mass, and basically the pros and cons of DHT and dihydrotestosterone through that 5-alpha reductase conversion, like I just mentioned. So you get kind of both things happening. Now, genetic translation and genetic propensity of that person will translate the dihydrotestosterone levels to a pro or con, even though anything androgenic is going to create androgenic side effects, like I was mentioning. But I'm not trying to make a side effect video here, but I do have to mention those things because it is evident and it is deleterious effects that do happen through the use of endogenous sources of hormones being put in the body, bioidentical or not, it doesn't matter. So just because something is bioidentical in the body, like I said, like testosterone, DHEA, progesterone, Nondrone, it doesn't mean you can take ample amounts of it, okay? It's going to create side effects because of that downregulation or that conversion or suppression of the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal and testicular axis, and suppression of that is going to cause symptoms of ASIH, anabolic steroid-induced hypogonadism. Thyroid hormone that I forgot to mention, it's not amino acid driven. This is still hormonal related. It's your T3 and T4 thyroid, or thyroid stimulating hormone, your TSH, which is also inflicted through your bodies, hormonally speaking, through a bioidentical source. The thyroid, basically people take synthetic T3 to speed up their metabolism, their metabolites through their body, to produce basically a leaner physique and drop of body fat. But also you have to remember that when stimulating your thyroid and upping your T3 levels, you're going to be catabolism to everything in your body, because it basically eats everything up and speed up all your basically caloric intake, as far as using up calories like crazy when your thyroid's sped up. It's not like very indicative to just one thing, just a body fat only. So now when you're taking endogenous T3, your T4 levels do drop, because your T4 is like your backup of T3. It's like your backup storage pump of it. So you're not going to need as much T4, but T4 converts into T3 thyroid hormone as far as the body goes. But it is bioidentical. Next on the list is HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin, which I already mentioned earlier. It's another bioidentical hormone found in the placenta of a woman when they're pregnant. But people take human chorionic gonadotropin and a PCT, a post-cycle treatment, to raise and help stimulate LH, luteinizing hormone, to produce more sperm in their testes and produce more natural testosterone levels, to get up their sequence of gonadotropin releasing hormones, so their testosterone levels can speed back up to par and hopefully save them from being suppressed from taking endogenous anabolic or androgens like testosterone, so to speak. And then last but not least on the list, into the amino acid spectrum, there's insulin, which is based of amino acid. People take endogenous insulin along with their growth hormone. GH is another bioidentical hormone. I mentioned the GH insulin video before, but when taking in endogenous growth hormone, or GH, you become slightly insulin resistant. So due to speed up insulin resistance, insulin is introduced simultaneously with growth hormone to speed up the process of GH through the body, so your body can actually utilize the fat cells a little more efficiently and not become as insulin resistant, become more insulin sensitive for anabolic properties of the body. Also to help in the conversion of GH to IGF-1, because GH converts into IGF-1, which is also another bioidentical hormone, insulin-like growth factor 1, which is very powerful and very anabolic as far as producing hyperplasia, which is dividing of the cells and growing of the cells, I should say, and multiplying of the cells, And that's all the cells in the human body. So anyways, like I said, you have your GH, IGF-1 conversion, and insulin like growth factor 1, or your synthetic insulin to mimic the influction of GH, so to help with that resistance of without the resistance of GH due to the fat cells that are floodgated through growth hormone release through synthetic GH to convert the IGF-1 more efficiently, so the insulin can actually perpetuate the IGF-1 for that hyperplasia to occur, alongside to make sure that nutrients are also being floodgated and pushed into the system at the same time, so all three conversions work efficiently. But wrapping this up before I get the audience really confused and like going, what the hell is Troy talking about? I just wanted to give a bit brief on bioidentical hormones, the amino acid routes, the hormonal route as far as synthetic hormones of the anabolics and androgens like testosterone, Nondrone, etc., DHT, DHEA, progesterone, estradiol even. But if you want to get in contact with me, please contact me on my Instagram or my email down below. Please leave comments in the comment section. I'd love to hear from every one of you. Let me know what your thoughts are. Please like the video, and thank you very much for listening. Take care. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.